Um, yeah. So this meeting today is about the Nordic Circular Summit this year, and about partner sessions and those parts as well. So we will go through some overall about the summit and some practicalities also. And then also I have my colleagues listening in here, Catherine Bart, which is leading the program work, and Thea, which is leading the communication. So she makes everything look beautiful here. My name is Martin. I've been working with Norway Circular Hotspot since 2019, 2020, I think, and been part of all the different summits that we have made. So hopefully I could answer some questions afterwards as well, if you have some. This year's Nordic Circular Summit will be in Greenland, which is we think it's very exciting. It's a very new place to us. It's a part of the Nordics there where we haven't been too much yet. So during the years we have been in Oslo. We have been in all the big capitals in Oslo first year during COVID, which where we established quite a digital audience actually because it was during COVID, and we had to have Catherine and our other moderator in two different studios because they weren't allowed to be physically together as well. So it was kind of an interesting thing to do. And then second year we were in Copenhagen at the Blocks Hub, the design hub in Copenhagen, for those of you who knows that, where we collaborated with our good Danish partners, Lifestyle and Design Cluster. And then we had a big session during 22 in Stockholm at the harbor there with 3 full days of sessions and many people being there present. That was maybe our biggest kind of physical session. And then Reykjavik, during Reykjavik, we had the focus on kind of the human parts of the circular economy. We also got connected with our partners that we are now making the Nordic Circular Summit with during the Arctic Circular Assembly. So we actually met Nordic Ventures in Iceland, which is our collaboration partners in Greenland. And then last year we had a big, very nice session in Helsinki, which was made together with many different partners like Citra, and it was 2 days before Slush. So we had some collaborations with them and with other partners, and that's how we make the summit. We collaborate a lot with different local partners, with international partners, to make something bigger because we believe that when people meet and connect, we can create something bigger, and we create real connections that are lasting also after the event, which is the hope. So some nice pictures. I really like this one from Helsinki. It shows the big circular family in one of the most beautiful buildings I've been in, which the old trading school of the Alvar Aalto University. Last year, we had almost 3,000 people watching online altogether, if you add up all the different sessions. We had 25 different sessions, which is part of how we can make it is the partner sessions, which I will come into today. So we have a main program where we host it the first day, and then the second day we have a digital program with partner sessions from all over the Nordics, made together with our partners. Yeah, so and we have almost, I think, 12,000 people following us on LinkedIn, and yeah, so the Nordic family is growing bigger and bigger on the circular economy sphere. Yeah, some examples from last year. We have a collaboration with the Baltic Circular Hotspot. So they had a session. We had different sessions on our transition groups on textile and construction. And we have other partners that are doing different sessions. So that's quick. Over to this year's topics. Um, our main topic this year is the circular frontiers shaping our future. So we are talking about kind of how to build a circular economy and how to shape it from the start. So that's also everything from like we shape it through our lenses that we use every year, which is that we focus on kind of the nature, the humans living there, the societal structures that we have made, and the market, which is kind of a connection between all the three first ones. So if you look into that, we have 4 sessions. We have kind of a market session on circular ocean industries, where we have collaborations with, we have confirmed at least the Danish Ocean Cluster and other great partners which will come in and speak about how to create a more sustainable and circular ocean industry, which is also very relevant for Greenland. We have one which we call kind of the nature session, where we focus on materials, which we have called locally rooted, materializing a circular future. So there we will go look into things such as, of course, critical raw materials, which is very hot topic at the moment, and very high on the agenda in the Nordic policymakers as well. So the materials is that session, and then we have one session on circular lifestyle, which is kind of the human session, where we are collaborating tightly with our Danish partners on that one. So we focus on Arctic and Nordic lifestyles and how we kind of can take some of the cultural aspects and tradition and how we use it kind of into today's society and what we can learn from both cultures, history, and how we can design for circularity. And then we have one fourth session during the first or fourth focus, I would say, during the first day and for the whole summit. And that's circular regions and cities, where we, on that part, we look a bit more into the digital side and the enabling technologies such as AI and how we can use technology to enable more circular cities and societies and regions. I will continue soon, but I will give my colleague Catherine to just have a moment if she wants to add something about the program and the program work we're doing at the moment before I continue further.
No, thank you, Martin. This is very fine. So this is the 4 first bullet points here, part of the day one. We follow the structure for those who have been following the summit or engaging with. So first day will be very much like a conference and digitally transferred session. The second day is more like workshop and on-site activities. And this is the day where the circular regions and cities will be a workshop mostly on-site or a session on-site and not necessarily digitally transferred. So this is maybe also bridging to how do we also build the digital connectivity and an add-on for the multiple agendas if anyone wants to contribute and host special partner sessions. So it could be having twin groups on some of these topics or evolving. So here we haven't edited or done any editorials for the digital programming, which is very much open for co-creation. So what we do see in general, last year when we looked at the Nordic Arctic from east, it was very much in the spirit of what was Helsinki in November, which was a side session or hosting the same week as Slush, which is very much about entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial spirits, and also with venture capital. We were also very aware we were in the building of Alvar Aalto, so we were very designated to make a program in the spirit of Alvar Aalto, connecting arts, technology, economy, and working cross skills crossover. So that was maybe more a huge meetup. Here it will be more minor in Nuuk, but still looking at the Nordic from the West, and we see how our communities, how our regional and peripheral societies, how maybe these are more places for citizen involvement or community engagement and circularity development. So we think that the ocean industries are super relevant for many industrial and business opportunities. We also see the topic of materials, critical materials and strategic materials, how we monitor materials, how materials will be traced and tracked in product passports, how we see material economics and material intelligence are some key topics emerging. And then we also endorse how the Arctic and Nordic lifestyles more and more also are fit for training for circularity. So we really hope to see this through the lens of North Atlantic, through Greenland, but also see what we can learn from Greenland and what Greenland can offer for a wider and enriching perspective. So this is a stepping stone in dialogue, but also listening how we can learn even more about the Nordic that the Nordic knows, and we don't know that we know. So I guess that's my minor comment, Martin. If mm.
Thank you so much, Catherine. Yeah, to note a few names also, I think we have a session with Chatham House on the second day, and we have really exciting close-up workshops physically if you can be in Nuuk, of course. But today we will mainly talk about the digital side for those who can't be there physically. It's a big digital conference. It's a lot of sessions where we broadcast a lot of things, and also it's the opportunity to make something yourself. Also worth thinking about. We have had good experiences earlier that some partners or companies also go together and make sessions together. So that's also an option. Um, yes, sorry, I'm just trying to get to the next. Yeah. Just quickly, just showing the visuals from the different sessions I just mentioned. Point is that we have a lot of good communication work, both on the partner sessions and also the main sessions during the summit. So good thing to follow Nordic Circle Hotspot on LinkedIn for information on different things, and then we also send out a lot of good information to our partners. So on communication questions, there is also you can be in touch with us after. We will send out this presentation also to everybody after the session. Yes, and then into the practicalities of the actual partner sessions. I can say also quickly that we have planned them originally for 1 hour. It is possible to kind of ask about everything that we want to have a bit longer session or something. You can ask about that, and then we normally try to see how we can help out on different things. But this is kind of the main suggested setup on timings, and then you have the Greenland time on the left side and the Central European time, which is at least how it is in Norway. On the right side, and then Kaisa, you're in Finland, so it's probably you add 1 more hour. So it's starting if it's starting at 11 at this time, it's 12 for you. So
Exactly. Yeah. We
yeah.
are ahead.
So we live in different time zones. It's a lot to think about to not make mistakes from our side as well. So just reminders, if you see anything wrong, just remind us and help us out to be clear on our communication. For the different sessions this year, we have decided to cut the cost to make a session in half. It was a higher rate last year, and that's because we want we want more partners to have the possibility to make something, and also there again, if you see, I'm a very small partner. Is there a possibility? Is there a partner I could collaborate with? Do you have any suggestions of how we can find out a way for me to work out the partner session? We are very helpful. So really just ask about everything you have of questions. But so for Nordic Circle Hotspot partners, it's 1250. And that price I will go into what that includes after. And also for non-partners, it's 2200 for non-partners. So yeah, approximately, I think it's a bit under half of what slush, for example, is, or yeah, yeah, describing. Yeah, also there is possibilities, of course, for people to be event supporters or sponsors. So that's another price range. So I'm just adding that as well. And also there we are, open for ideas and suggestions on how to collaborate or how to become sponsors, if that's an option. Yeah, so I'll continue here. Just note down if you have any questions during, and we will take questions after as well. So don't be afraid of that. So what does a partner session include? So for those who haven't seen it before, we have had a kind of a conference streaming page where you have all the different stages, and it's like going into a real physical conference where you can choose stage 1 to 5. You find your session, and it's like being on a conference. So earlier it was called My Own Vent, but now we have switched over to something called Unstoppable AI, which looks very much the same. But yeah, that's the basics of it. I can show it quickly after when we take some questions. So what we do then is that we help you set up a Zoom meeting. We give you the Zoom link for which you attend for making your session. So it's very easy on your side. You just attend and then you're part of it. You come there a bit early, and then we give you a stage also and the timing. So when we send out the information, you also can suggest which timing you would want to have your session. You make a concept draft, which we then maybe give one or two feedback on or just approve. And then we think the session is fine. So for the official digital Nordic Circular Partner sessions, we have set the length this year for up to 60 minutes. Again, if you want to have 75 minutes, just ask, and we will see if it's possible. We have technical and advisory support from our side. So we help you make everything ready and test that things are working and everything. Your session is going to be published on the Nordic Circle Hotspot website and all programs. So we will have a communication around it, which is good. But we also urge everybody to, of course, communicate it well to your own networks as well, since we don't necessarily have the same network. And then one social media post prompting a session on the Nordic Circle Hotspot channels for our 12,000 LinkedIn followers. One production and administrative cost is part of this, so it's connected. And then professionally designed presentation templates and visual materials we will send out for you to use. So everything kind of looks professional in the shape of the whole summit, and it looks like it's part of the conferences in a good way. Yeah, valuable content before, during, and after the summit for use of your own platforms, a recording of your session and distribution after the summit. So we will send over the recording also, and some statistics on how many have watched your session, etc. Yeah, and it's broadcasted on the platform Unstoppable AI, where we had in total around 3,000 people watching last year. On the partner sessions, the most we have had on one session is maybe 900, and then it goes all the way down to maybe 30, 40. So it's very dependent on how much engagement we create around each session. Yes, and valuable visibility as part of the circular and sustainable transition in the Nordics and globally. Access to a highly knowledgeable and engaged audience. On some sessions, we see the engagement is quite high, and you get questions you can answer, and you can try to kind of interact with the audience also during your session. So I can also in a later information meeting when I know who is going to do this, I will go into details of how that's done in a good way. So it will be given very good and easy information on how to do things, and we will help you all the way. Our network, as we said, is quite broad. This is many of the different organizations we have worked with during the years, where we collaborate with over the whole Nordics. So it's a lot of good people. To be honest, it's a joy to me to work with all of them. Yeah, so that's kind of the basics of it. I can take down the sharing quickly and then show you the streaming platform also, just so you have seen that also. So 2 seconds. Yeah. So basically, just to show how the room is being presented when you're on a session. It just says all sessions finished because that was, of course, last year. So I'm just showing the last year's version to see how it is. But everybody will come into a room like this with a Nordic feel and a vibe. And here on the side, there is some communication that we will put there for the 25 session. And then you can go into the stages, and here you will be able to click right and left to find stage 1 to 5, and the stream will be on this screen during the whole day. So that's a basic run through of how it is from the other side, and then you log in. It's open and free for everybody to attend, so you can reach a quite wide audience. So we have paid tickets for those who are there physically, but for the digital audience, it's still free and open for everybody to watch and attend. And it's something we are proud of still, because we want students and everybody else to be able to take part of knowledge sharing in the Nordic sphere as well. So yeah. That's a quick run through. I see Paul Lundqvist just joined. I'm sorry, Paul, if you have joined earlier. I was a bit focused on what I was saying, so I might have missed if you have been here for a long while. But at least I'll say hi to you and then just ask.
You probably said most of what you were planning to say. Sorry for being late, but I hope there's a recording.
There is a recording. We will send the
Okay.
recording out after, so no
Perfect.
problem, Paul. And nice to see you again as well. Yeah, just quickly, Levan and Kajsa, do you have any first questions do you want to ask, or is it clear, or do you have any questions regarding the summit as a whole, or anything else?
Yeah, sorry, go.
Levan first, maybe.
Yeah, not about the summit, but I have some other question, but maybe I will ask later.
Sorry if I interrupt.
Okay.
Your sound is a little bit bad. Maybe your microphone can be. Maybe
Yeah.
this will be better.
Can you hear now?
Yeah.
Very much better.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
I forget. Yeah, sorry. And not about the summit, but I have a question regarding like workshop, but maybe I will ask later.
About the workshop on the summit?
No, in general.
Okay.
Yeah, I have some ideas. Yeah.
Then we can do it after. Just stay on, and then me and Catherine can have a chat with you.
Yeah.
When we stop the recording. Kajsa, or you don't have to have a question.
Well,
I'm just.
Yeah. I'm just curious that what kind of program you are looking for actually. What kind of topics you would like to see, or do you have some
I think
wishes?
our initial thought is that it can be somehow connected to the main topics we have described, but we know that the circular economy is broad, and if you burn for something in your organization, or you have a topic that you see is something you really want to show a broader audience in food or in other, other parts of the circular economy, we are quite open to that as well. So, but if you want something to kind of put it on, like to connect to the program, you could see the four main topics. But as we say, we are very open on this one because we want the partners to spread knowledge that they care about and that they want to kind of put out to the audience. So yeah.
So are you looking for lectures or panels, or what kind of program?
That's also it's also very up to the organization and how they want to engage. We like when it's digital, it's something about spreading the energy through the screen. That's one thing. So to think about how to engage and how to present in a way that is reaching out is in a good way is good. I think to have a presentation or two could be very nice, because there is people that are logging on to learn something new. But also if you have a good discussions between people, I'm also a fan of that. So the only tip I would say is that you don't over program your session with too many different peoples, to keep it, able to go a bit deeper in the discussions and yeah, to work on it that way, I think is my best tip. We had one session last year with very, very many things happening, which creates also a bigger risk to have some issues on technical issues and other things. So I don't know if you want to add something there, Catherine.
It doesn't have to be a rocket science. It doesn't have to be groundbreaking news. It can be sharing. It can be learning. It can be story making in cases. It can be product passports. It can be how to reuse wood. It can be cases of digital platforms for sharing or market sharing economy, leasing, subscriptions. It can be academics who want to share academic papers. We are totally borderless about who belongs within the circular economy, and we love crossover things. So how can we? But it can be furniture special, it can be textile special, it can be how to reduce food waste. It's very much about grasping ideas and spend time together and see who could meet and take advantage of that. Very often these sessions, the last 10 minutes or 5 minutes will be, so now we got some insights, where do we go next? And we see these meetups as stepping stones for learning together and take baby steps, not giant leaps all the time. And so within your field, Livin, within the materiality or the key activities, who would be within your, is it within entrepreneurship? How could we inspire each other? And the same with you, Kaisa, very much more on the city and I would say ecosystem level. I'm very interested. Would there be like policy innovation? Would it be relevant for you to connect with Kaisa? And we all admire what we have learned from the larger region of Helsinki. Are there any topics we could bring along further, and we could assist to put together if there are other Nordic neighbors that could align in? But we really feel that sometimes it's very bottom up. So it's very, very open actually.
Yeah, and we have really had all kinds of different partner sessions, because we want people to, if they have a good idea, we don't want to stop anybody. Like as long as we have to, as long as we can have a look at the program and see that this, it's within our kind of philosophy or our ideas on collaboration and circular economy, and we think it looks okay. We're not very strict, but we want to have a look. So somebody doesn't sell oil components or something in our sessions. Then we're quite open. So we have had everything from workshops, which has been very engaging, a bit hard to stream, but it's engaging and it makes people engage into the sessions. And we've had straight, dialogues between two people where they go deep into something. We've had panels with maybe 5 people talking together about different angles of a topic. We've had sessions with maybe 5 presentations where you go into different layers of one topic, for example. So it is very wide, and we are very, very open for what you're burning for. And also we acknowledge that the Nordics are different economies, different ways of working, and we have different strengths. So maybe you're really good at something in Finland, and the Danes can learn from it, and maybe Denmark is really good at, of course, like design and something else, and then we in Norway can learn from it, and the rest of the Nordic. So I think lifting the strength of each partner and each country in a good way, and kind of put it out to a broader audience. That's our idea, and that's what we want to do in the Nordic. We want to make all good ideas more Nordic. Yeah.
Excellent. Yes.
I don't know, Paul, if you if you have any questions, you can ask, of course. What I went through in short is just the main topics this year and the partner sessions and how they are set up. We will, of course, send you the recording afterwards.
Yeah, no need to repeat everything for me.
Oh.
So I'll check that out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Nordic Circular Summit could be for us interesting to maybe have a partner session, a digital one. We're not flying to Greenland, and
Yeah, that's good to hear.
although I'm sure it would be fun, but and interesting, but no. The looking at earlier years, or for example last year in Helsinki, how many attendees were there? Have there been online? Do you have any numbers?
In total, in all sessions, if you put all the sessions together, last year we had almost 3,000 people. And then, each partner session can be everything from, the most attended we have had, I think, through history has been maybe 800-900 people. And then it goes all the way down to maybe 30 people. So it depends a bit on
it depends on the topic, of course. And,
the topic, of course, how it's like we do some communication from our side, which I've went through a bit during this session also. And also, of course, it managed like how you spread it to your network, because we might not have the same network all the time. So how you also spread it, that you are doing this session then and then. Is
sure.
an important part of how many people will engage, and also, of course, what time it is during the day, these things. So to think about how to engage the most, I think we normally can have sessions around 200 people watching, which is quite good for being online. It's not the same as it was during COVID, but it's still quite a high engagement. We were quite surprised by the numbers last year, actually, in Helsinki.
Okay.
What's your timeline for this planning and preparing this program?
The dates for the Nordic Circular, it's a very good question, actually. We should send the deadlines on when we send out the email for when we need things in, but we are open quite open almost all the way till the end, but to
Okay.
send a draft, I think we should we should have a timeline for that. So I will send that out actually. But as fast as possible, that's what I can say now. If we get the first draft, interest, first questions, then we can get going on helping, and then normally 2 weeks before it happens, we will have a technical run through of some different communication parts. So within the next 2 weeks, I would say, yeah.
But I guess in that case, what you would need is first, of course, an agreement that there will be this partner session, and then you just need the topic and the description of the subject. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's
we
a
have
lecture,
a
if it's a keynote or a workshop or something, then I mean,
yeah.
that will of course be delivered.
So you send us just a note that you're interested in doing a session and some thoughts, and then we can send you a template on how to fill it in and
Yeah.
these things. I was planning to say one more thing. Yeah, and the pricing and everything also is on this. It will be sent out both on the slides and on the recording for this one. But what I can say is that the price is half the price it was last year, because we see that yeah, we needed to adjust it a bit to be able to reach more. And also, as I said to Levan, don't hesitate to ask if you see that maybe like this is too much for us or something. We can try to connect you to somebody else, and maybe two people can make a sessions together. If you're a small startup, you might have less resources. That's a different part. So there are things that we can discuss also. So just ask all the questions you need to ask to us, and we will try to answer our best on email, and if needed, we do a meeting to follow up.